Three, two, one. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Others, welcome back to the Nipa TV show. I'm yours, Nipa TV. That's me, and we're gonna cast a game that doesn't actually have sound, unfortunately. So let's go and reboot this. Shouldn't take too long. It's StarCraft 1. Yeah. I hope you guys are doing good today. It's a gorgeous day here, sunny, spring air. Spring is in the air. Yeah. Let's go into it here. Turn up my volume here. And yeah, we are going to be doing the Carbot graphics because I do enjoy them, and I think it makes the game just look super fun and cute and stuff. So we're going to be casting Retro 1. We're going to be casting, sorry, MonstR versus 99RedBalloons. It's a TvZ on Retro 1.1. So let's get to it. I got to remember how to get rid of the replay here. We could reveal the entire map here, make that easier. Okay, cool. All right, well, we'll start with the introductions. At the top right of the map, we have our Zerg player, which is 99RedBalloons. It kind of reminds me of, okay, I guess he plays random, because I know it says Zerg and whatnot, but usually it's customary to like type what your race is in the chat just to be good mannered. You don't have to, but it's kind of frowned upon if you don't, in my experience, because when I play random, I like to let them know what my race is so that they could plan accordingly. But you don't have to. I mean, you'll get a massive advantage because their whole start is dependent on what, you know, they practiced against. So nothing necessary. I don't know if it's like frowned upon actually. It's just something nice to do. Something nice to do. And at the top left in the map, we have MonstR as the gray Terran. It's building a supply depot, not opting to wall off. Let's take a look at this map. I have never seen this map really at all. So there's the ramp right there. You got the natural expansion. Could definitely wall off, I would imagine. This rock is kind of slightly off. That's kind of funny. And I actually want to reduce my... Oh, I can't. Okay, good to go. Dang, that sucks. I want to reduce my mouse sensitivity. It's a little too high, but that is fine. I think it just has to do with the aspect ratio here, or the resolution, why it feels so awkward and weird, but it's all good. We got a barracks going down for MonstR. But what was I saying earlier? Oh, yeah, Red Balloons. That name reminds me of It, you know, Pennywise, Stephen King, and whatnot. I don't know. Red balloons, man. Just that imagery. It's quite influential for sure. Let's take a look at this map a little bit more. So this is retro. We got a mineral field in the center of the map, which is kind of cool. It kind of looks like I was going to say something inappropriate with the circle here, but we'll just keep it PG. It looks like the Death Star in the center, and the map seems pretty balanced synergistically in terms of expansions. Yeah, they look like they're pretty well lined up here, except for maybe these bases here. These two are other potential spawns as well. So it's going to be interesting because these players are technically closer than if they were diagonal here across from each other. We see a command center being completed. The Overlord does see this. And SCV kind of moving out, scouting where his opponent is. And I have to imagine he does know where his opponent is because of the trajectory of the Overlord's movements. And a Marine is out, going to try to take care of the Overlord. But I think it's going to be okay. Yep, it is going to be just fine. Goes over this little chasm, this river here. I also like the water effects on this map too, and looks like what is that? A Zelnaga statue or something, or a Marine? That's kind of cool. And the graphics are actually slightly off for some reason, probably because of the Carbot graphics being utilized on here as well. With some Zerglings being sent out, got 4 Zerglings. So they're gonna scout and do some damage. Excuse me, there is a dog that is barking. I apologize. Hope that does not bother you guys that much. So we have a second barracks going down. We have some Marines being produced. Got 3 Marines to be exact. No bunker to defend this, just the choke point. So let's see what they can do. We're definitely going to see some focus fire and scooting and shooting. 1 Marine does die. There are 3 Marines here. Good micro on that one Marine. 2 Marines die. The Zerglings are dead. So Terran does come out on top in terms of mineral loss there. We actually see a Spire going down. So I actually don't know what TvZ entails in Brood War that much. Based on this game alone, it looks like we're going to go for Mutalisk. Maybe for Guardians later on. And I have to mention that Terran goes bio a lot more, because as we saw in the TVP last time, Protoss goes Terran goes mech versus Protoss in that scenario, typically. Obviously you could do whatever you want, but that seems to be what people find to be the most effective, and has been for a long time. Very long time, even. So we see a bout of Zerglings, a lot of Marines that could defend this, and all the Zerglings do die. So actually, 1 Marine for all those Lings, probably not cost effective. I do see a creep colony. That is so funny. I haven't seen a creep colony before on the Carbot graphics. That is so adorable. We got some saturation in the natural expansion as well. Same with the Terran up here, and we'll see if Red Balloons ends up going for a 3rd base at this point. Again, the rules are seemingly different relative to StarCraft 2, for sure. Compared to StarCraft 2, not relative. Yeah. We do see Spire. Some activity is going on. Let's actually see. Mutalisks are being produced right now. We have 6 Mutalisks on the way. We have an engineering bay as well going down for our Protoss, or not our Protoss, our Terran, and the U-238 shells. So we're going to have that increased Marine range to help defend against these Mutalisks. And we'll also be able to get a missile turret, which he is smartly putting down. So it looks like Mutalisk seems to be the orthodox way to go, because the Terran seems to be expecting it. Marines are actually moving out, trying to do some harass. This actually does leave his base a little more exposed. And Medic is actually accompanying the cute little Marines here as well. And they're looking for a 3rd, but they're not going to find it. So we'll see what ends up happening. Do see the Mutalisk moving out. Let's see how much damage they can do. Missile turret is in position to try to stop it. Does see it immediately. There is going to be some Mutalisk micro. And they are clumped together based on that Overlord hotkey trick that a lot of Zergs have been doing, where you hotkey an Overlord into your flock and it will clump them together, making it harder to focus fire, especially with Brood War pathing. That is a pain for the Terran, and it's a massive advantage for sure. No reason not to do it. It just takes practice, obviously. We have a sunken colony, some links to defend against this onslaught of Marines and whatnot. And the Mutalisks are not doing that much damage. Oh, actually did take out the missile turret. So, wow, lots of SCVs actually are being destroyed. So, actually, the fall of that missile turret is going to give 99Balloons ample room to do more harass and damage. And MonstR right now is kind of on his toes. Zerg drone is being sent out to a 3rd base here. And it looks like MonstR is going to try to... Looks like he is somewhat predicting the movement. Drone is moving to a different location. But it looks like the Marines are onto him. I don't know how he knows that. Kind of interesting. Maybe just a mega prediction. Drone is going down to the spawn potential here. Doesn't have enough money to make the hatchery here. That's okay. Mutalisks are still doing more damage. Missile turret is in the base, and SCV, actually missile turret is being focused down. Some medics are going to be killed as a result, or damaged as a result of the glaive worms. And the missile turret actually goes in the supply depot. It's actually kind of a bad position for MonstR. These Mutalisks doing a lot of damage. We have a Valkyrie on the field, though, but 1 Valkyrie isn't going to do much, especially if there are no SCVs to repair it. Missile turret is being down, and actually, surprisingly, the Valkyrie does live, and the Valkyrie is actually baiting out the Mutalisks and kills all the Mutalisks, mostly. And the Zerglings are moving in to try to do some damage, and that was actually a huge blunder. Nice bait from MonstR. That Valkyrie micro was pretty sick. And we actually lost a mass majority of Balloon's army. Still has Zerglings, but those Mutalisks are not cheap. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. He is getting a 3rd at this time. As Zerglings posturing themselves over here in this location to try to cut off a potential third of the Terran. But as we've seen in the last game, Terran doesn't really go for a third base as fast as 2. There's no rush in terms of getting that base. Not sure why. Sure there is some kind of science behind it. Some math from some nerd to try to figure that out. 2 Marines are moving out to try to scare these Zerglings away, and they do kind of do so, but Balloons doesn't give a hoot. He's just going to move them back. Just a little scare. We actually have Hydralisks on the field, so I imagine we're going to get Lurkers. Yep, Lurker aspect. There it is. And third base is almost down for Red Balloons. And a comsat actually does go down, a very nice comsat, and we will most certainly see a move out from our Terran player here to try to take that out, which kind of leaves Balloons in kind of a precarious position, because he doesn't really have an army to back up defending that, and the Valkyries are moving out too. This is not looking good. Got some Hydralisks here, but they are not Lurkers. We'll see what happens. Lair is actually turning into a hive right now, so we may see some Guardians, perhaps. Seems like the option, the natural option to go. We'll see. Valkyrie is here. Nothing that can kill it. And there's actually a GG. Damn, pretty anticlimactic. Might cast another game, so stand by. I'm going to go ahead and get another game going, because that was pretty short and a little uneventful, but this is just a replay that I found on, I forgot what website it was, but, you know, it's not these guys' goals to make, you know, the replays entertaining, obviously. It's probably just another ladder game, and unfortunately, Zerg just get effed there a little bit. But, ladies and gentlemen, others, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next game.